start. A very good morning to one and all. Hope you have seen the notes and copied the notes. So in this class we are going to see about the electronic angular momentum. So an electron revolving around the nucleus possesses both orbital as well as spin motion, and corresponding to that there will be an orbital angular momentum as well as spin angular momentum. First we will see the orbital angular momentum. The orbital angular momentum is measured in terms of the L value associated with that orbital, and it is given as capital L is equal to root of L into L plus 1 into H cross, and this is different from what predicted by Bohr, where L is equal to mvr is equal to n into H cross, and it is a vector quantity which is having both magnitude as well as direction. So usually the angular momentum is we are measuring the angular momentum in a particular direction, and this reference direction can be done in many ways, either externally such as by applying electric field or magnetic field, or internally along the angular momentum of one particular electron, and this can point only so that its components along the reference direction are integral multiples of h by 2 pi. Usually the reference direction is taken as along the z axis, so that its component is given as Lz is equal to ml into h cross. Here ml can have value 0 plus or minus 2 plus or minus L, that is ml can have 2L plus 1 values ranging from minus L to plus L. So in order to understand this concept, we will do some examples. For example, L is equal to 1, that stands for a p electron. ml can have 2L plus 1 values, that means 2 into 1 plus 1, 3 values are possible ranging from minus L to plus L. That means minus 1, 0, plus 1 are the possible values, and that is shown in the figure. Here you can see plus 1, 0, minus 1, and this is the direction of L, and this is Lz. The angle between them is denoted as theta. And again for a d electron, L equal to 2, 12 plus 1 values means 5 values are possible ranging from minus 2 to plus 2. So angle theta is nothing but cos theta is equal to Lz by L, that is Lz is equal to ml into h cross divided by root of L into L plus 1 into h cross ml by root of L into L plus 1. So the orbital energy of the electron depends only on the magnitude and not on the direction of the angular momentum. That means all the 2L plus 1 values of Lz are degenerate as far as the energy is concerned. So corresponding to L is equal to 1, what we have seen is 12 plus 1, 3 values are possible. All these are having same energy, that means all these values are degenerate. Now we'll go for the electron spin angular momentum. Again electron spin angular momentum is again a vector quantity, and this is also quantized, and the value is root of s into s plus 1 into h cross, that means root 3 by 2. For s is equal to half, it is root 3 by 2 h cross. The quantization law of spin angular momentum states that the vector can point so as to have components in the reference direction which are half integral multiples, so that Sz equal to Sz into h cross. Again in this Sz, this Sz is a number, and this Sz actually represents the vector quantity. So this Sz can have two values, plus half or minus half, and the orientation is also shown in the figure. So thank you. In the next class we will see how to calculate the total angular momentum of an electron in a particular orbit.